Okay, and welcome back, everybody. This is the First Inning Radio Show, and we're live on television radio, television.com, and YouTube simultaneously. Uh, we are the First Inning Radio Show, and we are live on television at 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. And all you have to do is just go over to the website, television.com, and there's a little radio, and just press play. It's free of charge. The First Inning, you can search for it. I am the BX Bomber 2011, along with Roger, the big Yankee fan. Say hello, Roger.
Hello, good evening, BX Bomber. Things are going pretty good, and we are recording on May 21st, 2019, and the Yankees had a very strong homestand, and they're now embarking on a seven-game road trip and had a very strong come-from-behind victory over the Orioles last night.
They sure did, man, and they still counting the Yankees out. You know,
Oh, my goodness, the
they still
Yankees,
counting us out, man. But they trying to say on MLB.com that we're a power team now. You know,
yeah,
to try to make up for it. You know what I mean? But
right.
they've been doubting us a long time, man, a long time.
They believe that because of the injuries, but the Yankees are gelling, and Don Carlos Stanton and Didi Gregorius are playing rehabilitation games now, and they're doing fairly well, even though they're playing against minor leaguers, and they should be back fairly soon. They may think that Stanton may not have to go through more rounds of rehab games through different levels of minors, that he may be back sooner rather than later now. And he has hit a couple of home runs. He hit one off the batter's eye the other day, and Didi Gregorius was 2 for 4 in his game. So they're seeing Didi Gregorius and John Carlos Stanton coming back in the not too distant future now.
Well, Didi is gonna take a while for him.
Right,
Because
right,
he has to work his way up the levels.
right.
And not only that, um, the soreness of that surgery as well. Because remember, he's going back to playing full time again. You know, and you're not
Yeah,
used to that. So
right.
there's gonna be complications there. So he's not gonna come back to the timetable that they said.
I see.
I
I
still
see.
see April or August, or he
Oh, you
might not
think?
even come up at all.
Wow.
Because if the Yankees are that good, we ain't gonna need him at that time.
Yes, I see what you mean. And
And he might come up. Do they extend the roster this year?
I think so. I think this is the last year for it, and then they're going to be changing rules. Remember, we went over all the rule changes,
Yeah, you're right. I
and
think it's next year. So that's it. That's it. So what we do is, as general manager Brian Cashman, yo, listen up, buddy. I'm telling you how to run the team right now. Wait till this guy. Wait till the roster gets extended. Didi comes back, full blast. That's it.
I see. I
That's it.
see.
He's the guy on the list. That's it.
Right.
When it's ready to expand, Didi's number one, and then you can give these other guys rest.
Sounds good. And speaking of playing very well, I have the 5 takeaways from Monday night's game. If you would like to hear them.
Yes, sir. And just to add to that, if the roster is extended, I believe it is. That'll means we get to bring back Couchman and all these guys back that were helping us. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Everybody gets to come back. The who started with us is gonna finish with us. Bam. That's it. That's the bottom line. Because Stone
Sounds
Cold
good.
said so. All right, let's hear the 5 takeaways.
Sounds good. Okay. Number one, the Yankees down 6-1 at one point scored 7 unanswered runs from the sixth inning onward, scoring 5 of those runs off of Orioles closer Michael Given. The big blow was Gary Sanchez's 2 out, 3-run home run that gave the Yankees the lead. For Sanchez, it was the 13th home run of the season. He now has 26 runs batted in on the season. Number two, despite some sketchy defense, the Yankees bullpen tossed 5 in the third innings of 1-run ball, allowing the offense to peck away at the deficit. Zach Britton recorded his eighth straight scoreless appearance, and Aroldis Chapman secured his 12th save of the season, getting 3 strikeouts along the way. Number 3, Gleyber Torres continues to destroy the Orioles' pitching staff, hitting his 7th and 8th home runs of the season, 10 total off of Baltimore. He's hit 8 of his 10 home runs off of the Orioles. It was the 3rd multi-homer game against the Orioles this season and 4th in his career. Torres is now hitting .500 against the Orioles this season, so he's clearly one player that will be unhappy when the Yankees don't see Baltimore until August after this series. Number 4 is Jay Happ, making his 4th start against the Orioles this season, was highly ineffective, popping up 6 runs, including 2 home runs in 3 2/3 innings. It was Happ's shortest outing of the season, and he has now allowed 15 earned runs, 7 homers, in 17 innings against the Orioles this season. The Yankees fell back on Happ when they lost out on Patrick Corbin in free agency this offseason. And based on the early returns this season, the club seems to have been wise to insist on the 2-year deal with a vesting option. And number 5 is DJ LeMahieu, continues to produce with runners in scoring position, knocking in a run in the 6th inning and with a single. LeMahieu recorded 2 hits on the night, his 17th multi-hit game of the season, which boosted his average to .315 on the season. And those are the takeaways. The Yankees had a strong come-from-behind victory. The game was very sloppy, and the Orioles just simply played bad baseball.
Yeah, they had to wait for Cashner to get out. That's what it was. They can't hit Cashner. You know?
Yeah, they had trouble with him. Cashner is the Orioles' best pitcher, and they did score 3 runs off of him, but they really got those remaining 7 runs off the bullpen.
Yeah.
And last night I called it. I said, now that the bullpen is in and the Yankees were behind, I said the Yankees are going to come back and get this game.
It's true. That's right.
The Orioles certainly helped them out too. When Severino, the Orioles catcher, a pop-up was hit by Luke Voigt, and Severino thought he was under it, but completely misjudged it, and the ball landed behind him, and that gave Voigt another pitch, and that was ball 4, and then Sanchez came up right after that and blasted the 3-run homer.
Yeah.
And Smith Jr. made terrible throws. He threw to the wrong base twice. He airmailed 2 balls to home plate, which were way offline. And the Orioles just played bad baseball. They're not a talented team, and no wonder they're in last place. Their fundamentals are very poor.
Wow, but why is that though?
Well, they have a lot of young players, and this is a rebuilding year, and they just don't have the talent right now. They're trying out a lot of young players that have not been in the majors, and they are trying to see who sticks, and they're learning on the fly, and they just don't have the talent or the fundamentals down that other major league teams have.
I feel bad for Chris Davis, man.
Yes, or Trey Mancini. Guys like Trey Mancini, or even Givens or Cashner, they could possibly be trade bait because contending teams might be looking to get them. The Orioles might be trying to still stock up on prospects. So if the Orioles are still rebuilding, they could consider trading some of those players for more prospects.
Yeah, like why is Chris Davis wanting to be there all these years?
Well, he signed a huge contract. He's being paid $161 million for a 7-year contract. So he's making the big bucks. And the money talks, and he signed a long-term contract with them. And he's really not tradable now. He's doing a lot better recently, but he's not tradable with that contract. With that amount of money, no one will take it.
Yeah, well, you got to always watch out for him, though. no matter what.
Yeah,
He's still dangerous.
right.
Even though he was hitless or whatever, but wait till the summertime comes, That's when that's when he's gonna get you.
Exactly, exactly. And that was a strong victory. And as far as tonight's matchup is concerned, the Yankees are going to be starting Domingo Herman, who is 8-1 right now, and has a 2.50 earned run average. And they are really Domingo Herman has really become what they expected Severino to be.
Yeah.
And Domingo Herman is doing some great pitching.
Domingo Herman, how you say, exceeded expectations, for sure,
Exactly.
man. Let me tell you something. Like the starting pitching of the Yankees, kind of still gets me. You know what I mean? I still feel like the starting pitching of the Yankees is where any team could hurt us. And
Right.
then, depending on how the game is going, if we're going to win the game, I feel like we have guys to get the outs, but they're just not gelling right now. Like Ottavino and well, Bratton, he's coming back, and Chapman too. He's coming back strong too now. You know what I mean? But there's guys back there that are not really that great. Even though we expect them to be. So hopefully
Yeah.
they can start throwing, especially Ottavino. Because I can't.
Ottavino has walked a lot of batters.
Yeah, it's like every time he comes out, it's a bases loaded jam that he gets us into. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he works his way out of it somehow. So we can't do that. We got to get the guy and get him out. So I guess hopefully, I don't know how they make those decisions, but they have to do it like chess matches, chess pieces. Bring this guy in, and if this guy could get a few outs, we keep him. If he not, we bring the next guy in.
Right.
But I think because of the mound visits, because you only get 5 mound visits, right?
Right.
So I think
once this year,
six mound visits. So
I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. We'll have to double check.
I think it's 5. I see 5 on the board all the time, I believe. But once you exceed those 5, right? You can't bring you have to wait till the ending of the inning to bring somebody in, right? So that's gonna be very difficult. So to even do that, so you have to really like what I'm talking about is the Joe Torre days. Remember the Joe Torre days? They were bringing guys in and out, in and out, in and out, right? You can't do that today. We can't manage like Joe Torre today. The game of baseball is totally different from 1996. It's a total different game. So we have to go by what's happening now. And there's more speed, and there's more people running, faster than what they were from before. And there's a more hitting now going on. If you make a mistake, it's going out. That's it.
Right.
Before in the 90s, a pitcher used to make a mistake, and the maybe the batter didn't catch it or something like that. Or he totally missed it. He was fooled because he was.
I want to touch on that point that you were making about Adam Ottavino.
Yeah.
Where he is still acting like a Houdini, though. He's not giving up very many runs, but he's putting people on base because that slider has so much breakage on it that many times it could be out of the strike zone, and he has 17 walks in about 23 innings. But if you remember, John Wetland of '96 was very much like that, a Houdini type guy, and Joe Torre often kept a bottle of Pepto-Bismol in his desk in his office for when John Wetland came in '96, because John Wetland was very similar to Ottavino, where you put people on bases with walks and make it very interesting and hair-raising, but would get out of it.
So true. But the Yankees had a bullpen to get them there. You know what I mean? They had They had Jeff Nelson, you know. They had Mendoza. They had Grant
Yeah.
Lloyd. They had specialty guys, specialists. That you bring this guy in for this guy that he can't hit a slider, and
Mhm.
and they get the out. Nowadays, it's not like that. You know what? That's what I
Right.
mean. You can't just say, "Oh, he can't hit a slider. Let's bring the guy in who throws in the slider." No, these guys hit the slider anyway. If you make a
Yeah.
mistake, you know what I mean? Regardless, these guys is major league ball players, and they're living up to that now. You know,
And
before
if they can't handle the pitch, they foul it off. There's an incredible amount of foul balls now.
yes, yes, or they're gonna catch up to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're gonna what's gonna happen is, oh shit, they excuse me, they fooled me on the curveball, right?
Mhm.
Then what happens is they go back into the locker room, right? And then right there in their locker, they have the video screen, and they can see their last at bat on how he got fooled on the pitch.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm
Definitely.
saying? And now you got some guy telling you like, look, this happened, so you have to and check out. And not only that, they're going through pitch sequence, fastball, curveballs, whatever. They're going through how he threw the ball, his
Yes.
positioning, how his arm looks, how to detect that he's throwing a slider. It's crazy now.
Oh yes. Well, with all
It's
the
a
analytics and
yeah,
the
and then when you get
technology.
up to that at bat, the next at bat, they're waiting for it. I couldn't hit the slider, but now here it comes. Bam! 3-run home run. There it is.
Well, you know how it is with the starting pitchers now. Managers don't like the opposing lineup to see the starting pitcher the third time through the order because the batting average is really often on many pitchers go up by the time they see them the third time through the order.
Yes. You know what? Shout out to Harold Reynolds from MLB Network, right? He made this great point. And I'm gonna make his point to my point, where back in the '90s we used to have the middleman, the setup man, and the re, and the closer, right? They had titles, they had job titles, right?
Right?
Now in today's baseball, you can't give these guys job titles because, as Harold Reynolds explained, the game might have to be won in the seventh or sixth inning. You
Yes.
understand? When you're going through that last time of the top of the batting order, you know,
Yes.
that's when you got to get this Chris Davis guy out or whoever big monster that's gonna come up there out. You know, that's when you need your best pitcher in there. You know?
Instead of having job titles, now they're called high leverage guys, and
Ah,
sometimes it sometimes it could be the seventh inning when the top of the lineup is at bat, and the opposing team has men on second and third. Then they go to their high leverage guy because instead of and then the ninth inning they might not be in that same type of jam.
exactly.
But so that's how they're often doing it there. But one thing the Yankees do seem to be doing though is keeping Chapman in this job title. They seem to be keeping
Yeah.
Chapman for the ninth.
Well, that's all he's good for, honestly. That's all he's
Right.
really. I think he's gonna be the last closer.
Yeah.
You know, like in baseball type of thing. Because all the other closers that were closers, they're up setup men now and stuff like that. Like Zach Britton, he used to be the closer for the Orioles. Now he's a
Yeah.
setup man. You know what I mean? So it's not really the job title. It's really what you're worth. You know what I mean? So that
Right.
goes back into the analytics of how these guys get paid and contracts and all that.
And I believe Ottavino was closing for the Rockies last year. I have to double check on that.
I think so. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Colorado. I think I think he came from Colorado, right?
Yes, he did. Yes, he left Colorado. He's a native New Yorker and came to the Yankees, signed a 3-year, $27 million contract with the Yankees.
You see, so we got a whole team of closers.
Yes, yes, you have. And Dylan Betances is still working. The latest on Dylan Betances is that he has been throwing off a flat ground now has still not gotten back on the mound, and he's just going to continue to throw off a flat ground and from distance, and he'll get back on the mound when the coaches and the training staff tell him to. He's just going to follow orders now and follow his program.
And just like Dylan Betances, right? Even though he hasn't been the closer for the Yankees, he would be a closer on any MLB team.
He could very well be, because he has a tremendous stuff too. He has as good a stuff as any high 90s mile per hour pitcher with a devastating breaking pitch has. He's as good as any of them.
He would make any bullpen better, 100% better. If you take Dylan Betances and put him in the Mets right now, how much better the Mets will be? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any
I
team.
believe Dylan Betances is better than Jeurys Familia.
Of course, by any chance. I think Betances is the best throwing pitcher out there, but he just doesn't have his command sometimes, you know?
No, he can have a total breakdown and
he's shaky, yeah. He's 50-50 with that guy, so you have to take your chances, but I believe he'll come through when he needs it.
Exactly.
Because you got to understand, baseball is about getting to the moment.
Right.
You know, you need to get to that one moment in time, like when they used to, one moment in time. Right. You got to get to that one moment, and that one moment could be the World Series. You know, the hell would happen the whole season. This is the guy, and this is what they pay you, the millions of dollars to get this one guy out, and you do it. That's
right.
You know, that's what you play for, the moment. So yeah, man, and there's a lot of moments in Yankees right now, which is unbelievable, man.
Yeah, and I wanted to say, with your latest vlog, I have to comment. With the doubleheader, that was you did great coverage of that. And that one song that they were playing just before the second game started, One More Time. I commented on that. That's from Daft Punk, actually.
Really? That's Daft Punk? I didn't know that.
Daft Punk. And those guys are very unusual. When they come out on stage, they wear like space outfits.
Yes. I know them from their last hit with Pharrell.
Right. They wear helmets and that kind of stuff. No show their faces.
And you know what's crazy about Daft Punk is I was using that song Daft Punk in my first few moto vlogs that I did on the channel. So if you go back to the time I was doing when I had motorcycles on my channel, you'll see I was using Daft Punk.
Yes, exactly.
As my intro. That's crazy.
They've been around for a long time.
I didn't really know that. I thought they would like just started with that song. I didn't really know the history about them.
Oh, that song's been around for close to 20 years now. It came out in the early 2000s, and that's been around, but it stood the test of time.
Yeah, that's like one of those. That was a big song, man. A big song when it came out. Wow, I thought it was older than that.
Yeah, it's about 2001 or so is when it first came out, and that was pretty good there. And for tonight's game, Domingo Germán, I have the preview of tonight's game, and Domingo Germán, 8-1 with a 2.50 earned run average, has been a rock in the Yankees rotation so far this season. He's coming off his best start of the year, during which he drew 7 innings of one-run ball against the O's on May 15th in the second game of the doubleheader that you were at. And for the Orioles, David Hess is starting, a right-hand pitcher. He's only 1 win and 5 losses with a very high 5.58 earned run average. David Hess was charged with 4 earned runs in his start against the Yankees on May 15th. The 25-year-old righty has posted a 7.59 earned run average over his past 5 starts. He looks to turn things around against New York on Tuesday. So I have a lot of confidence in the Yankees' ability to win tonight as well.
Wow, man. Yeah, because that guy has like a 5.85 ERA, something like that. I
It,
was
it was it is 5.58, and
wow.
over his last five starts, he has a 7.59 earned run average. So
So
I mean, the Orioles are really getting rocked around. They're pitching. They've given up 95 home runs, the Orioles, so far this season. They're on pace to give up like 300 homers.
wow, man, it's
It's
crazy.
that
I would, if I was the Yankees, we should dress up in like party outfits and like party hats and stuff, and be
I
like, we're here
know.
for the hit party.
So that's why I have so much confidence in this road trip because the Orioles are very poor, and the Yankees should beat them. And Kansas City is not very good either, even though on the day that we had the great seats, that was a clunker of a game that the Yankees lost 6-1 to Kansas City. But the Yankees are a better team than Kansas City as well. So that's why I have a lot of confidence that the Yankees should have a strong road trip.
Yeah, that you absolutely right, and man, hopefully they can keep going. You know,
Exactly.
they gotta play. Like Mariano Duncan said, we play today, we win today. That's it.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
You
Exactly.
know,
Exactly.
and this is the first time I see the Yankees all around as a well team, and
Right.
as I see them in real life, in person. You say, damn, they have it all, but there are some flaws there. There are some flaws. You know, I don't
Exactly.
like, I don't like my problem with the right field. I have a
Right.
problem with right field line. They're not getting to the right field line fast enough for me. I don't
I
like that.
see.
Clint Frazier, and Judge, they can't get over to the right field line
Right. Right. I know you think they
because
don't
there's
have
there's two
good
games.
lateral motions.
Yeah, they don't have it. They don't have it. There's two games in a row. I seen Clint Frazier that they hit a double back to back on Clint Frazier down the right field line.
Yesterday, it happened to Cameron Maben on the first at bat. At bat, they had a double, and it landed right on the line, and it was kind of hit in no man's land. And Cameron Maben slid, but could not make the play on the first play of the game.
See, I don't know how they play the players. They have their statistics and all that. I think they should play that right field line a little bit more sometimes. You know,
Right.
but yeah, that and Hicks now. He's not fast enough as the other guys to go back and get those balls. I saw it.
Oh.
I saw it.
Oh.
He's not as quick as these other guys.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's kind of slow.
I see. They've the reports that I've constantly heard people say was that he's considered fast, but you see the game, so I mean you
Yeah, I'm
see every
seeing
home
it. I'm
game,
seeing there every day. I'm seeing it. He's
right?
not as fast as the other guys. You
I
know?
see.
He's better than Tauchman though.
I
The
see.
weakest link on the field right there, even though Tauchman is a great glove, is Tauchman.
Right. I
Everybody else
see.
in the infield should win a Gold Glove, in my opinion.
Oh,
Hopefully.
DJ LeMahieu is amazing, and DJ LeMahieu is a great pickup by the Yankees, a great free agent signing. DJ LeMahieu. He's not a major power hitter. He's not going to be hitting 25, 30 homers, but he's going to hit for average
Yeah.
and get a lot of doubles and get a lot of clutch hits. And he's an excellent fielding infielder.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, let me end it here on the radio show.
Yes, I
And
think we have to end it here altogether because I have a couple things I have to take care of before the game starts.
cool. And so yeah, man, that's it. And hopefully everybody can like, share, subscribe, and yeah, and please comment below and let us know you care. And we'll see
Okay.
everybody on the next one. Keep the ball rolling. See ya.
Take care.